everyone, I am Aliona Oasis, a BTVTED FSM student. So for today's video, I am going to tackle about the definition of anatomical movement, what are the anatomical movements, and its proper execution. So what is an anatomical movement? So it is used to describe the actions of muscles upon the skeleton. Muscles contract to produce movement at joints, and the subsequent movement can be precisely described using this terminology. Abduction and adduction. Abduction is the movement of the limbs or other body parts that pulls away from the midline of the body, while the adduction is the movement of body part towards the midline. So these are the muscles involved and the bones involved in abduction and adduction. Proper execution of abduction and adduction. Circumduction. It is a special type of angular motion described as making circular movements. And these are the muscles involved and bones involved in circumduction. The proper execution of circumduction. Dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. Dorsiflexion is the movement of the ankle elevating the sole or movement of toes upward, while plantar flexion is the movement of the ankle extending the heel downward. These are the muscles involved and the bones involved in dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. The proper execution of dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. Elevation and depression. These are the movements when a structure moves in a superior or inferior direction. These are the muscles involved and bones involved in elevation and depression. The proper execution of elevation and depression. Extension and flexion. Extension occurs in the same plane as flexion, except that it increases the angle between articulating elements, while flexion is a movement of interior or posterior plane that reduces the angle between articulating elements. So these are the muscles involved and bones involved in extension and flexion. The proper execution of extension and flexion. Gliding. Gliding refers to the movement where two opposing surfaces slide past from each other. Here are the muscles involved and the bones involved in gliding. The proper execution of gliding. Opposition and reposition. Opposition is a special movement of the thumb and the index finger which enables to grasp and hold an object, while reposition is the opposite movement of opposition. Muscles involved and bones involved in opposition and reposition. The proper execution of opposition and reposition. Pronation and supination. These are the rotation of the end of the radius and across the anterior of the ulna. These are the muscles involved and bones involved in pronation and supination. The proper execution of pronation and supination. Protraction and retraction. Protraction is moving a part of the body interiorly in the horizontal plane, as in jutting the face forward to gain a distance, while retraction is the reverse movement of protraction, as in pulling the jaw back towards the spine. Here are the muscles involved and bones involved in protraction and retraction. The proper execution of protraction and retraction. And lastly, we have rotation. Rotation involves turning the body or limb around the longitudinal axis, as in rotating the arm to screw in a light bulb. And here are the muscles involved and bones involved in rotation. The proper execution of rotation. And that will be all for the anatomical movements. Thank you for watching.